welcome in. Happy New Year. It is a totally going to be amazing New Year. That's all I can say about New Year's. So, speaking of Happy New Year, it's all about the New Year's resolution. And one of mine, I have two. One is to eat more sweets that are better for me, because I can't not do it. It's too darn good. I can't help it. So I keep finding new recipes that I can eat, savory, sweet, but I always go back to the sweet, which is good. So can't help it. Gotta have that sweet tooth. So welcome in from the DMP. I see a lot of people coming in there. Thank you. It's great to be back. I'm so happy they asked me to come back, and maybe we'll do some more. Let me know. And we will do, oh, my other one is Corel signed us up for the gym. So I should probably get a bigger muscle and or lots of cardio, a lot of cardio, which will be good. So if Corel's gonna be reading off, if you guys have any questions or any comments, it's all good. Love to see where you guys are from again. It's always fun to see how vast the world is on these computers, on the Instagram and all that, and the apps. So I'm going to make scones, blueberry and lemon scones. So I'm gonna get started. I made some a little bit earlier, so you guys don't have to wait for them to bake off, because I'm sure we don't have that many questions. Corel, is there any questions coming through that needs to be answered? So first off, I have one cup of almond flour and 1/4 of a cup of coconut flour. And to that, my dry ingredients, I'm going to add a teaspoon of baking soda, which is really simple. So a teaspoon of that. And let me know if you guys can hear me good, so I can speak louder if you need me to. Dry ingredients, just blend them together really quick. It's really, really simple. Just incorporate. And then we're going to do our wet ingredients. So incorporated, basic. New bowl, 1 egg. And what do I have? I need sugar, which is going to be 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And this is monk fruit sugar, of course, my favorite. Thank goodness for monk fruit sugar. I like to incorporate that in with the egg and the wet. We're also going to do 1/4 of a cup of unsweetened almond milk. This is my fancy almond milk, what is it called? Holder. 1/4 of a cup, unsweetened. It's delicious. And then we're just going to give it a mix, kind of blend all that together. Hope everyone's Christmas was great. I had a good Christmas. I ate well. We had king crab legs. It was delicious. For dinner. Get that incorporated. And then we're also, I'm going to wait, I have 2 teaspoons of melted butter. I'm going to wait on that one. Next, we are going to add in a tablespoon of vanilla. And that's my vanilla from Mexico that I got, which is delicious. I've got almond, I always say it wrong, extract. It's a tablespoon and a half. I forgot to add my salt to my dry. Put it in my dry. Let me give that a quick mix. So a pinch of salt. Super easy. Give this a quick little mix. And we have our wet ready.
Will you be posting this recipe anywhere?
It is. It's actually already posted on my Instagram page, and I posted it on my Facebook page as well.
And what is your Instagram and Facebook page?
Oh, my Instagram page is This Tastes Good Corey. And the stuff I make does taste good. So now, simple part. I'm going to add my wet into my dry. Very easy again.
Did you make this recipe by yourself? And what was the inspiration? And that came from Jane on the DMP app.
Hi Jane. I got this recipe off of looking at probably 30 different scone recipes, and then I kind of just zhuzhed it a little bit to my own. Like I'm adding more vanilla than the recipe I saw had. I'm adding more lemon zest than the recipe I saw. So just kind of changing it up. Speaking of lemon, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon zest in here too. Actually, we're going to use the whole lemon zest. Most of it's going to go in the batter, and then we're going to save some for the frosting, or the drizzle, the glaze.
Everybody are excited for these. And
Thanks, they're really good. I made them the other day.
And Mark H. from Toronto, Canada.
Hi, Mark H. You guys should try these. They're really, really simple. You'll be inspired once you see this. And they're good just to have around on the counter for a few days. Not that they last that long, but just to kind of have something a little sweet, some tea or coffee.
What was the inspiration? Why did you choose scones?
Because my husband just told me about a month ago that he wanted scones out of the clear blue. So he was my inspiration. And I'll be honest, I never was a big scone fan. They're actually really good. These are not as dry as a traditional scone. They actually have a nice kind of softness to them, which is great. So I think that's probably why I like them a little bit more. So you just mix that in with there, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get the butter in right then. Let me get all that butter because that's probably one of the best parts. And then the almond flour, the texture of it with the coconut flour, it really takes, it's not long, but you just want to make sure it gets really incorporated. All that moisture goes throughout. Important. Because you'll see a little dry speck here and there, and you don't want that. So it turns into like a dough. It smells lemony and delicious. Any other questions?
Jane just said, my favorite flavor is apple cinnamon, but it's hard to bake it at home.
Apple cinnamon, that could be good in this scone. You could make an apple cinnamon scone. Okay, so I got that incorporated. Fresh blueberries. Thank God blueberries are always in the grocery store. I would say that's probably about a half a cup. If you put too many in, I find that it kind of breaks it up. You just want to be careful when you mix these through, not to mush them up too much. The ones that do get mushed up, it gives it a nice little purple color. So this is my second live with the DMP. And my second live I've ever done, actually. I never do lives. So there we go.
Do you think this recipe would work with different fruits?
Absolutely. I would just make sure they're like a little bit like a drier fruit. Sure, why not? You could do apples. What else could you do? You could probably do anything, really. Strawberries. Could do a savory scone, like a ham and cheese. Well, I'm gonna try that one. I've never done that one. That would be really good. Do some Gruyere cheese. And some ham. That sounds good. Let me move these out of the way really quick.
Rory says, hello, I'm happy to have you on the app again.
Thanks, Rory. Thanks for asking me to be here. I appreciate it. It's fun. So I have my baking pan, little parchment paper. You don't need to oil it. You don't need to do anything to it. It's really easy. I like to get my dough in my hands, get it all out, make a nice ball. It's good enough to eat right now. If I wasn't on live, I probably would have eaten some already, because that's the best part. So smack down in the middle of your plate, or your pie sheet. Can you all see that good? Just roll it out to a disc. I like it at least an inch thick. I think they should be nice and hearty and thick. Then I take my little scraper. I like everything perfect, or at least somewhat perfect. Even though scones are kind of rustic, they don't need to be perfect looking, but I like the edges a little perfect. So I get it in my shape. Nice little round disc.
Valerie said I would eat it just like that as well.
Thank you,
Laughing
Valerie.
face.
You're my kind of girl. So then I'm just going to cut it like a pizza. Just try to do it as even as possible. That's why I love this thing. Seems like I use it for a lot of things. And then, once you get it all cut up, you want to separate each piece. Most important. 1 second. And the offset spatula is great for that. So, I'm going to be very careful with this part. Get it under there and just pull them out and give them space so the heat goes throughout so they crisp up. And I give them a little extra zhuzh of a shape. And they are a little crumbly, so you can just push it right back together. Very easy, like that piece.
Our Healy16 on Instagram said cranberries would work well on those.
Yes, they would. I actually saw a really good recipe with cranberries in it. And I thought about making them. I was thinking about, I was gonna do like a sugar, like the monk fruit sugar, and do a cranberry one. I thought about this. And then do a, like a sugar glaze on the cranberries for the top of it. To kind of give it a little sparkle maybe. Because it needs to look good too. So I'm just gonna pull, I got a blueberry that came out there. I'm gonna push him back in. I think the apple cinnamon would be good too. I think I'm gonna make the savory one too, for sure. That might, I'm off tomorrow, that might be my day off. Make that, that would be really nice. All right,